Hi, my name's Laura, and by the grace and mercy of God, I'm sober today, and I'm glad I know that.
Hi, Laura. Okay, let us begin by saying the 12 steps together. 1, we admitted we were powerless, that our lives had become unmanageable. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. We made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood God's need. Sinner, come near. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can.
Went from being a very successful person at one point in my life to being overcome by the disease of addiction, which started to piece by piece take pieces away from my life. Just before I went to seminary, in one of my bolder moves, I said to the senior pastor here one day, there's more spirituality over in the community center where we have 12-step meetings there is in this church. And kind of looked at me and said, really? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, let's talk about that. And we're a confluence of things that were happening, and we decided we ought to explore not how do we get them to come into the church, but what is it that we could learn as a church from 12-step communities.
It felt like I was right at home because I've been living on my own since I was 14, so to come into a church and have strangers greet you and hug you and say, we love you, we want you to come back, it's amazing. It kind of brought tears to my eyes at first.
Every service we have, depending on the month we're in, focuses on a step. So if we're in January, we're on the first step, which is about powerlessness, and the parallels there become really clear in that we are powerless. We're powerless over sin, we're powerless over addiction. Part of building community is also giving people meaning and purpose. So we're very intentional in giving people jobs and having them feel a part of the community.
Because the service don't start at 4, but we get here like 2 o'clock, a little bit before that. This helps set up, and we got the dude cooking. So everybody's giving, and part about recovery, you got to give back. You just don't take.
I attribute a lot of my sobriety day, a lot of it just having a place like this to come to. I feel safe because I really don't have a lot of places like that.
All of us are wounded healers, and when we're willing to see that our wounds as they heal give us the ability and strength to heal others. Those are lessons from the 12-step communities.
But I think the common theme is just everyone just coming in, just trying to find some kind of hope and some kind of, just something to get them through their day, something to keep them sober for another 24 hours. I think this place saves a lot of people.
The idea of extending this table beyond a piece of bread to this joyous banquet, this feast, where everyone is filled just to restore dignity and to let people know their worth and their value. I guess it's what I long for, and what I believe all humans long for is to know that they belong, to know that they have value, to know that they're loved, to know that they are worthy. And we can say that all day long. We can tell people God loves you, but that's different than showing people that God loves you.
He saved us far and great.